Hi everyone, hopefully this is all working okay. Seems to be. Right, how's it going? I'm just trying to get set up. I've had a few more things to do this morning, so I'm a little bit behind getting set up. So I'm started a little bit later than I normally do. So how's it going? So I've got a few things to do today. I'm not sure how long the session is going to be. Okay, so one of the things I plan to do is the draw for the 5,000 subs, because we just achieved that this morning. And I did a tweet last night, and I linked Dave into it, and Dave retweeted it. So I think from Dave's retweet I got some subscribers from that. That's pretty cool. And got like 13 overnight or something. I was expecting to get about 5. It's 10 what I get overnight. It's 4 or 5. But anyway, so I got that. And I also want to do this. This is part of the reason I've been taking a little while to get set up this morning. As you can see there, I've got my new microscope set up. And I've got a Macbook Pro logic board sitting there, which needs repair. So this is going to be my first attempt ever at a logic board repair. So it should be interesting to see how we go. See if I can do it without breaking it even more. So yeah, that's the plan for today so far. Is my stream actually going? I hope it's going. We're going to check, shouldn't I? Just in case it's broken. Live streaming. So I'm not as prepared as I should have been to try and get this microscope all set up this morning. I got most of it done last night, but not all of it. Okay, cool. Stream's running. Excellent. Hi Dave. Hi Josh. How's it going? And the stream has the wrong title. That's not the name it's supposed to be. Hold on. How does that happen? That's not right. Give me a second to fix that. I did have it all set up. What happened there? Ah, gotta love YouTube sometimes. No, even there it's wrong. That's odd. Okay, well, better fix that. Give me a second. Well, I'll have to video 463 will be. I did have all this done. I'd done all the text, everything for the title, and it just seems YouTube didn't save it. Ah dear, that's really annoying. Anyway, let's change views again. I've got one screen for my streaming setup and YouTube monitoring and stuff. I normally have 2 screens set up for that, but I'm using the top screen for something else right now. Let's just change views again. Yeah, a little bit more interesting. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. Let's close this off. Dear, so disorganised this morning. Sorry, people. Now, if my internet connection gets really flaky, the stream might stop and I'll have to restart it. We'll see how we go. I'm just trying to set this YouTube stuff up because it's, I did have it all done before. I'm not usually this badly prepared. Right, done. Cool. Right. Now we're ready. So we're going. So hi Dave, Josh, Kior, 22. I don't know how to pronounce that. What's your name? What's actually your name? And hi Microfix. What's your name too? Oh, you pop in a lot. I try and remember people's names, but I'm terrible at remembering them. It's much easier if it's part of your username. It makes it easier to figure out. Alright. Mick. Oh, okay, how's it going, Mick? I'll try and remember that, but there's no guarantees I will. I'll try to. I struggle with names. I try to remember them, but often I just slips away again. So, Mick, right. Okay, so we're all good. Stream is running properly. Looks like it's behaving. I've dropped a few frames already. Not too many though. It's not looking too bad. But if it does get really bad, I will have to switch over to a different internet connection, which may cause a stream to stop completely. If it does, then you have to switch over and find the other stream because it will probably start a new stream. So, do I do the draw now or do I do it later? Any opinions? I know everyone's keen. I've got that bit set up. I've got this bloody thing popped up too. Go away. Okay. I've got it ready to go. I actually am prepared for that. I've got a random comment picker set up. You want it now, do you? Yeah, I suppose I could do. Get it over W, otherwise I'll forget about it, won't I? Yeah? Okay. Something I found out when I was trying to set up my microscope there is the HDMI stream. As you see, I've got it set up on that little monitor there. Because it's a microscope camera, not trinocular or anything like that, so I can't actually look through it myself. I have to use a screen. And I wanted to stream that straight to this as well, but I can't do the monitor and the computer at the same time. I need a HDMI splitter. Actually, should I just plug that in so you can see what the microscope actually sees? Yeah, let's do that. I'll take that. I've got it ready. Right, this should pop up the. There we go. Right, so there's the HDMI. That's what the camera sees. Yeah, full screen. That's not too bad. It's pretty good quality. That's zoomed out, I think. Yeah, it's zoomed right out, so it's like a big overview. Because the board has got some serious damage on it. Let's try and find a bit. There's some there. Here we go. Oh, in this area here is a bit bad. Yeah. So it gives you an idea what I've got to try and fix. Going to be a bit interesting. Oh, it's a bit wonky, I'll have to straighten it up. It's got to be straight. Oh, it's hitting on my bloody monitor. So yeah. So yes, it does work. Where are we gone? Yeah, so I'll be able to play with that and see if I can do anything without making it worse. I've got 5 MacBooks I picked up this week to try and do repairs on. I've almost finished fixing one of them. It wasn't too bad. It was only a an issue with the hard drive flicks. Someone had torn it, and I didn't realise they'd torn it, and they sold it thinking it wasn't going because it was dead. And my trace is back to back flicks, so that's pretty cool. So I got like a $700 computer for $200. That's pretty good. But the other ones, this is one of the other examples. This is one of the better examples. This looks like the easier one to fix at the moment. So I'll start with an easy one. Yeah, it's not a bad picture. It's pretty cool. I'll go back to that again. Right, so it's and I've still got more zoom in there. It's only on 1.5. I can go up to about 2.5 or so on this distance because I've got a BILO lens on it. So we've got 2.5. Yeah, it's about the limit of where I can zoom in on that particular setup I've got now. But I think that's close enough. I want quite a broad view on it as well, so I can do like a general inspection before I have to go close up. So I need that nice broad view to try and find it. Generally, then I can zoom in. Trying to get that balance between the two is a little bit trickier. But yeah, that's what I'm going for. Give me a second. Let's change over again. Right. And here's some other stuff. So we've got board view here of the board and circuit diagrams. So as I'm going through and finding problems, I can look at that area of the board and try and determine what I should be finding too if I'm trying to do voltage measurements, stuff like that. So it's all up there, top screen. Yeah, I mean, if I change the BILO lens on the microscope, the very bottom lens of BILO lens, if I change that, I'll just take it off. I can get much closer. But because I want that broad view, I've got that set up, so I've still got like that compromise there. So I had to choose various. I tried different combinations and tried to figure out what I really want from it, and that seems to work best. So that gives me the best ease of focus as well. Ultrasonic cleaner? Yeah, I don't have one. I haven't got an ultrasonic cleaner. I have. I don't know. Probably about past a year. I've been considering getting one, but I just thought, well, what am I going to use it for? But now I've started to do this, or at least I'm going to have a go at doing this. Then I might actually need it. I think I will, but I'm going to have to do it the hard way right now. If isopropyl alcohol on a bloody brush. So, but yeah, yeah. So I think I probably am going to have to get one. So they say it'll get a lot of that crap off. But I'm just going to go over it by hand and see how we go with that. Okay, so let's do this bloody draw, shall we? Get that over and done with. Put people out in miseries. I should wait till the end. Make everyone hang out for it. Be mean. Yeah, it's tempting. Anyway, let's do that again. Back to that. But yes, I'm going to have to buy a HDMI splitter so I can run that little monitor and stream to the computer at the same time. If I'm going to do this sort of thing more often, then that's what I'm going to need to do. Especially want to record it as well. I do want to record from Microscope. It does a it's got a micro SD card on it, so you can actually record the SD card, but it outputs an H.264 video format. Thanks. Thanks, Ian. And as yet, my computer, I haven't found a bit of software yet which will convert it to MP4 or something like that, so I can actually embed it in the video. Yeah, so I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yes, so I can't actually export the video from the SD card yet. I'm sure there's a way of converting it. I haven't looked into it properly yet. I've had a quick look around, just tried a couple of programs I've already got installed and nothing will do it, so I'm going to have to download something. Okay, let's do this draw. Put people out of their miseries. Let's drag this window out. I'll shove this up the top and we'll see what happens, shall we? Now remember, the criteria for this is that whoever gets picked must be subscribed to my channel and should have shared it. Although I said it's a requirement, it's not really required. I'm just trying to encourage people to share the channel. I wasn't really going to base it on that. So if you couldn't share it, that's fine, it doesn't matter. Top screen, what do I want? Top screen face, here we go, we want this one. Alright, so here's a website which is a generic comment picker. I just did a search on Google for a YouTube comment picker and this one came up. I've had a little quick test of it, it seems to work. So this is what I'll be using. Alright, so there's no affiliation with me. Last time I did a live draw for 1,000 subs, I had all kinds of accusations because I was using a different method. I put all the comments into a list, each with a number, and then I used one of my bits of software, which is a random number generator, to pick a random number from that list. And I got accused of rigging it because of that. So right, this time I'm not going to do that, even though there was no rigging because I wrote that software years ago. How can I have pre-rigged it anyway? Yeah. Anyway, so I'm just going to use this, and that takes the whole thing out of it. You know, it's completely. There's no debate then. Right. So, what do you reckon your chances are? I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Now, I do want to say I'm intending to check subscription status, right? Which is why I said that you have to have your subscription public, otherwise I can't check it. Alright, so I may not do that part now. I have to figure it out. I haven't actually rehearsed that part yet, so it's been a while since I did it last time. Right, let's load one, shall we? Make sure it gets a video. Though that doesn't look like it's okay. Oh, maybe it's the result. So 60 comments. So if you you want to be in the draw, and you haven't yet commented on this other video, number 453, go and do it now, like right now, because you got like a few seconds, and you better be subscribed. So just going to give you a few more seconds. Quickly comment. All right. I'll give one a chance. So there's currently 60 comments on that video. Which is pretty good odds, you know, 1 in 60. That's a pretty good chance. And not everybody that commented wants the multimeter. Not everyone wants it. So some people are just commenting, you know, to say congrats and stuff like that. Right. So so the chance is actually better than 1 in 60. Actually, what I might do it again. To see if their comment, just see if their comment number's changed. Oh look, someone commented on the video. Excellent. Right. Well, you ready? Oh, look at that. Zine, did you just comment? No. Comment number 40. Excellent. And you're in the YouTube chat. Congrats. That's yours. 1 in 5,000 for subscribers. But I was only pulling out of the comments from that video. Right. So, Zine, and you're in the chat. So, congrats. You won. How about that? Well done. So email me. I've got a link. If you go to the top of my page, I'll pull it up and I'll show you where to go. And email me and we'll sort it out. Let me just go there. Hold on a second. I'm just mind you, I need to check your subscription status, don't I? Oh, let's see. Need to check. If you're not subscribed, you better be alright. I'm checking now. Yeah, you're subscribed. Excellent. No problem. I thought I'd better check that. So, there you go. Oh, let's pull this up. Oh, there you go. See? I'm there. All good. So, definitely winning. Right. So, I'll pull my my page up there and I'll show you where to get my email address from. Okay. I don't want to say it publicly for the sake of spammers and what have you. Right, so although this is going to display it, so I'm just going to cut the bottom of the page off. Right. So if you go to my main page, you got the about link over here. Right, you click on that, it pulls up my bio up here. Just down the bottom says details. There's an option there to display my email address, right, to contact me. So go into that, do the little thing to prove you're a person, and you can email me then from that. Okay. Failing that, if something goes wrong and you can't get hold of me for some reason, then you could try me through my radiomods.co.nz website, or yeah, that's probably the only one you can actually use because the other ones don't have email forms on them. So excellent. All good. Now let's close this off. Don't need that now. And it's actually good they're actually in the chat too. That was awesome. Pleased about that. So yeah, it's a little multimeter which I've had for a while. I've had it for probably 2 years maybe, and it was my bench meter for a while. You would have seen it in some of my previous videos. I have signed the inside and put a little note in there about it being 5,000 subs and stuff like that. It's on the inside of the unit, so it's not defacing the outside. Just in case you want that sort of thing. I don't know. Some people like that, so I thought I'd do it. What the hell, you know. And yeah, so it's a nice little meter. It does some good features. But I bought it because it's got a really nice display, as I said in the original giveaway video. Cool. So I'm trying to get my head into this whole electronic space, trying to fix this thing. You know, that is going to be interesting. Let's pull my email up. I haven't cleared it out yet. Oh no, I'll wait until later. Yeah, if I pull my email up, it might fit my stream. I've already dropped. I've only dropped 73 frames so far, so it's not too bad. But it's a shame. I would like to stream the HDMI to the computer, but I can't. Although I can display the actual picture from the OBS streaming system on this screen, I'm on a different desk, and it's a bit hard moving everything over here. And it would have meant no keyboard, and it would have been hard for everything else. And my desk is a mess. There's always that. Alright, so now I've got my. I'm going to have to use hot air for this as well, so it's going to be a little bit noisy for using the hot air. But oh, Simon, let's go. So you got a. Oh, let's go back to this. Let's go back to that for now. All right. So you get a 1970 power supply in the way. Excellent. I quite enjoy repairing bits of test gear and old bits of equipment like that. New stuff I'd hate to work on because it's just so complicated and so small. If you could even repair it, you know, in most cases you probably couldn't. This is just capacitor gone or something. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to 10 years time, 15 years time, where this older stuff's even harder to get and worse condition. Hi Zine, okay, let's check my email, see if it comes through. And you know, then you have to start fixing newer stuff, or you know, stuff which is coming out now that may be near impossible. Email hasn't come through yet. I'll set this somewhere. Yeah, I'll set it there. I'll just have to close it again for now. It takes a while sometimes. Yeah, so I'm not looking forward to you know 10-15 years time and trying to fix existing test equipment is the thing to do. My eyesight will be gone by then probably too. All right. Tom, there you go. Okay, yeah, I got your email. And my computer just auto-corrected or something. Excellent, okay. Come on, save. Right. So, I'm going to navigate this MacBook. Now, this is the first time I've actually tried repairing a MacBook, at least logic board repairs. Never done anything this small before, so this is a learning curve for me as well. Obviously I'm used to doing larger, older equipment, so this is a big change. So I'll probably have to learn some new techniques and maybe make some mistakes along the way. So fingers crossed it's not too bad. HP 664224A 4-channel DC power system, power supply. Okay. I'm going to look that up because I'm not familiar with that particular piece of gear. I always like finding out about new pieces of gear. You know, it's opportunities and things I could maybe get. Oh, one of those things. Okay, yeah, I've seen those. Yep. At least I recognise the picture. I've seen things that look like it. Yeah, I think I have glanced at those on eBay actually. Yes, I think I have looked at them. But I think I couldn't really. I didn't have a use for it. It's like, right. Okay. All good. Stream's still behaving, which is excellent. What's the quality like? Does it look okay? I'm only think I'm doing 1500 BPS or something, or bits per second. Whoever the hell it is. Right, let's just try and see this. Okay, let's have a play with this thing. So that's fine. This is new to me. I'm not into micro soldering. This is I've got the smallest tip I've got on my iron, which is probably still too big. It's likely to get noisy because of the hot air station and stuff like that. Although I've actually put it on some padding recently. When I did the video last week when I was using it for heat shrinking, I noticed how noisy it was. So I've in the playback video, so I've put it onto some padding to try and cut the noise down a bit so it's not resonating through the shelf. Hopefully it helps slightly. Alright, let's go and have a look. Bit of change views. Let's see, we want this one most likely. kind of not in the way, is it? I want to try and keep this top screen bigger, but so as I find problems, I'll probably come over here, zoom in, and show you where on the board it is, and maybe the schematic diagram of the part. We'll see how we go. Alright, coffee finished. So, I'm a bit nervous about this because I'm worried I'm going to make a mistake and make it worse or something, you know. Now this screen, it doesn't look great on camera. In real life it looks really good. I don't know why, it's probably to do with lighting I think, but this looks really crisp to me. It's a nice little screen, little 10-inch screen. It came with the microscope. It's one of the options. So I thought that's a nice little small desk screen. It's, you know, quite compact, so I got that. So yeah, it's getting bloody hot in here actually. I think I might just try and get some more ventilation going on. It's only 8:30 in the morning, but it's already warm. Let's see if I can get some stuff opened up so I can get some breeze through. Right. So yeah, so that's the first example of bad stuff is right there. So what I've got to do is basically inspect the board. I'll put flux on every bit I find, and then go through and try and fix it up and see how bad each bit of damage is. But yeah, it's I've already had a bit of a go over it, and it's got quite a bit on there. Zoom back out against a bit better for the focusing. This side of the board is actually slightly better. I think I only saw 1 or 2 little spots on that side. I think it was up here somewhere. I saw something. Where was it? A little bit just down here. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. This side's looking a lot better. So it's mostly on this side of the board. Now, so I've got say 5 of them, was it? 5 MacBooks I've got now. One I've already fixed, as I said. It's just, well, I'm waiting for a hard drive flex cable to turn up, then I'll do a video on that actually. And it was completely dead, and what was happening is the flex cable was torn, and when the hard drive clamp was clamped down, it was actually pinching the cable against the chassis of the computer and shorting it out. So that's why it didn't work. But initially I couldn't test it properly because I didn't have the right charger for it. I only had a 60 watt charger, but it needs the 85 watt charger, which is 80.5 watts instead of 16.5 watts. 80.5 volts instead of 16.5 volts. So it wasn't actually booting up properly either because of that. But once I got the right charger, it was okay. So there's lots of bits of dirt and crap on here. So also I want to try and record this with my camera as well, which is right here. So I want to get that going too. So I'll do the intro and everything on that as well. So you're kind of getting behind the scenes of me recording video. When I'm doing live stream, I tend to forget to do the recording. I keep on doing that, I keep forgetting it, which is not good. Alright, let's get this thing set up. Start recording. Alright, so this is a logic board from a MacBook Pro 17-inch, early 2011, and it's got some liquid damage on it. And the purpose of this is to try and repair it. See, there's some just here, you can see on the screen. There's a few areas which are pretty bad. There's a few which are not so bad but still ugly, like there. So the logic, the LVDS connector is pretty bad just there. The cable itself looked passable, had a little bit of corrosion on one of the pins, but I'll probably clean it up. But the board's got various spots, like there's another one just there which is a bit corroded. So I'm hoping it's recoverable, and on the connector there too, those legs, and this connector at the bottom just here, if I point to it, that's also got some corrosion on it as well. It's actually inside it. I noticed it on the flex and I pulled it out. So there's lots of spots which need sorting out in that area there as well. Right, so there's a lot to do, and we're going to give it a go. I mean, I've never done logic board repair before, so I'm basically going to go over it and put some flux on all the spots which are dodgy, so I can basically mark them using flux, and then we'll come back over and try and clean it up, and fingers crossed I can get the thing to work. The other side of the board looked okay. There was a little bit just over here. There was a bit just there before, which was a bit dodgy. I went over it with a toothbrush just to give it a little bit of brush up, and it seemed okay actually. It wasn't too bad, but I might have chucked some flux on that too. But most of the board looks alright. So I've already gone over it very quickly. I think there might have been a bit up the top here somewhere too. Just a little bit of corrosion up there, just on those pads. But it's not too bad really. But it's a challenge. This is not something I've done before. Yeah, so I'm going to chuck flux on stuff and chuck some hot air in it and see if it fixes anything up. To there, definitely use some. Got some corrosion there. The main thing with the flux is it gets rid of the corrosion, well, helps to kill the corrosion. So it's also going to make the board quite messy in the process, but that's okay. I can clean it off later. And there are some little bits of dirt thrown around which may look like something else. Let's get a thing to scrape with. Just there, like a bit of, see that? Probably some dead bug or something, I don't know. Little bits like that floating around, so don't be too disturbed. These could probably use cleaning up too actually, just over here. So if you see any bits which I miss, please mention it in the chat, because yeah, I just want to try and cover everything. I don't do the whole board obviously, but some of the problems trying to find the parts on the screen versus where they are on the board. This whole area here basically needs doing, and they connect to there, which is off screen. Yeah, this whole area here is a mess. So this definitely all needs doing around here. Trying to cover the whole board, but it's looking that way a little bit. Now I think where these parts are which are unpopulated, like here, I'm not so sure about those pads being important or not. I don't think they will be, but you never quite know. But there's also some of these quite dark pads like this in these areas which I want to probably scrape up a bit. So a lot of it looks okay, it's just bits and pieces. Just want to go back and check one of these other connectors. Where is it? That one there. Does it look okay? Being along the edge of the board, they're likely to suffer more. Yeah, there's a bit of corrosion on there. So I've actually been on AliExpress buying parts, see what I can find, like little connectors, like the LVDS connectors and stuff like that, and cable, various sizes of computer kind of thing. Yeah, just I feel I'm missing something around this area. So I'm hoping I don't make a big mess of this and completely make it, you know, worse. Where is that? Up here. But I've actually got another 17-inch which is actually worse than this one, a lot worse. So I thought I'd try the easy one first and see how we end up with that. Although focusing on this is brilliant, this is why I bought it. So it's a traditional trinocular. A little bit under that chip there, that's worrying. So there's lots of little bits to try and fix up. But most of it just seems to be really minor. Obviously I just need to try and stop it getting worse. Okay. Hopefully that's everything. Oh, some pads up here. Or wires. Alright. And those ones there too. A little bit corroded. Well, this will do for the first pass at least. There's bound to be more I need to do. Oh. I was going to move my chair over. Chat out. More flux. Yeah. Yeah, so I've got a big learning curve on this, so I'm just trying to put on what I think's about right. I don't want to make too much mess, and yeah, we'll see how we go. But yeah, those little syringe caps are handy. I've got a whole bunch of them with something else. I actually bought little syringe tips, and they came with them. I think it's in little bottles. Yes, I got little bottles this big. Here you go. It's like these kinds of things. I've got these bottles, and I've got some smaller ones, and they came with these caps, so I've just put one on there. Alright, let's get this hot air going and see what kind of mess I can make. Probably gonna need some more heat. We've got to set at 350, so that's probably a bit low. Probably want probably a bit less air. Don't blow components off the board. Do 400, eh? Like Russ, round numbers. Yeah, 400. Okay. Make some mess. What I'm doing is left-handed so you can see. What do you reckon? Yeah, I've got too much here. Hold on. Low so you can see what I'm doing, do we? Let's do this. Make a bit more sense, won't it? That'll probably be good enough. Don't want to melt the thing off. Yeah, it does look a bit scarce on flux, doesn't it? Fortunately, this syringe tip's a bit small. It makes it a bit hard to get out. To squeeze quite hard, I might actually have to go up a bit, another size. I think I might need some more heat. I'm not sure this is hot enough. looks better. That's a 450. Yeah, it's looking more effective. Right. More bits of steel missed. Actually, yeah, there's lots of little bits here I've missed. There's little pads with wires. Lots of them. Let's just do this. Don't want to get a bit too hot, just want to activate the flux. Don't melt the connector. So what I'm really trying to do here is activate the flux and get the flux to do its job. That's pretty much it. I'm not actually trying to melt things off the board. I'm just trying to clean it, basically. Bug there, isn't it? It moved. Yes. That's a metal connector. Very bad. More here too, which I've missed. Should be plenty of that. Again, trying to avoid getting the connector hot. It's doing very localised. Right. I think I've got it all. Might still have it there too, eh? Might do around here too. Well, hopefully it helps to fix some of the corrosion. Seems okay on that chip there. That's looking a little bit bad there. It's going to be almost like I have to do the whole board, isn't it, really? Right, well, I think that'll do for now. Fun, fun, fun. Can you smell burning? Can you smell burning? Alright, awesome. Anyone know how hard it is to bubble separate layers of the board like that? I don't know. I don't want to find out either. Dishwasher, eh? Yeah, that's always fun. Oh, you're putting a function generator. Cool. Hope you're doing video on that. It's always good having other stuff to watch. Good, that thing's taken ages to shut off. Alright. Doesn't help being in a hot room that's putting out hot air. Right, so that's a bit of reflowing done. Now, shall I clean up and see what result I've got? I'll switch the microscope over actually so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, here we are. So I might zoom in a bit and just give you a better chance of seeing what I'm doing. Closer inspection. Anything I've missed? There's a few little pads there, aren't there? Little wires. It might be alright. What's that over there? No, that's probably okay. Right. So I'm trying to look at my monitor at the same time as this. Come on, zoom in. If you spot something, let me know. Any lag with the new monitor? Well, not really. It's actually pretty quick. It's almost instantaneous. It's actually really good. So the only thing is obviously depth perception. Can I say depth perception? Because the obviously it's only a single view from directly above, so trying to see depth on it is a bit tricky, but. Yeah. So this board is basically totally dead, so it's not actually powering up. It has a green light when you plug it in, but that's as far as it gets. So it has got some life on it, but the battery doesn't charge, doesn't power up. No attempt to power up, so it's got issues. But I'm hoping that once I get rid of the corrosion, it might actually bring it back a bit closer. There's some stuff in there I've missed. Yes, it is. Is that there? Can't see what I'm doing, you see. Right. Let's do around there too. I think pretty good. I don't think I missed anything or anything else. Right, let's give us a clean up. Stitching around the curved edge. Yeah, it's obviously shielding so it doesn't get fan noise going to the digital, I'm guessing. Yeah, there was a bit there which did look a little bit off actually. I did remember seeing that. Where was that? Over there, was it? Just there. Yeah. So I do intend to get a better setup for this bloody camera so I can do this live streaming better with the Microscope and also recording as well. Keep going back to this bit for some reason. Yeah, anyway, let's give this a clean. You hit 5,000 subs. You hit 5,000 this morning. I did a so I was hoping to do the, well, I've done the live stream draw. I've already done that, so I did that, yeah, probably half an hour after the stream started. So what, 25 minutes ago, something like that. And so the person that won it was in the chat, so it's all sorted out. That's all covered. So that's been done. And last night I was at 4,990 subscribers last night, and so I put a tweet out on Twitter, and I included Dave Jones in that, and he retweeted it. So when I woke up this morning, I had 5,003. So excellent, made the number. So I couldn't really do the draw until I had 5,000 subs because it just wasn't right. So you can't celebrate 5,000 if you don't actually have 5,000. So we've cleared that now, which is great. What I noticed last time I did this, I did the 1,000 subscriber draw. I had people subscribe and then unsubscribe after the draw. So I expect to see a little bit of the same again. It wouldn't surprise me, but yeah. Hopefully, because I specified exactly what I wanted, you know, as far as criteria. Hopefully, it won't be less. Should be less of a problem this time. Okay, so I've got IPA. Let's change views again. Let's go. What are we looking for? That one. Right. Guy called Tom. I remember his name. Excellent. Xeen. Xeen. So, yeah. He was in the chat this morning too. It's excellent. So that's quite good. So I was using IPA, and we'll see how well this cleans it up. I'm going to need some paper towel for this, aren't I? Hold on a second. Probably done to get my nice full mat all dirty though. Hold on, let's just readjust things. Obviously, when I put this thing down on metal, try and soak the crap up. I definitely think I'm going to have to get an ultrasonic cleaner if I do this, because this particular method's not the best. It's alright, but it's not the best. Zoom back out again. Trying to concentrate on years I know were really bad. What else is doing right now is just spreading flux everywhere. I just hope I don't find any loose parts after I finish. You know, a bit stuck to a toothbrush kind of thing. Because that'd be fun trying to figure that out. It looks like that connector's rescued. Barely. Alright, so hopefully we're all good now. Can't see my computer screen from here, so I can't really see exactly what I'm doing, but I should record with the camera, shouldn't I? I keep forgetting to do it. Alright, let's clean this board up, trying to get the mess off it. But, just covered it in IPA, try and scrub off the flux. Or at least loosen the flux off, and then I'll try and flush it off. Just scrubbing all the areas that I know were really bad as far as corrosion. But it's looking a lot better now. So we'll re-inspect it again after I finish cleaning it. But yeah, I wish I had an ultrasonic cleaner, that would be easier. Certified anti-static, anti-corrosive toothbrush. Yeah. Yeah, it's a standard toothbrush. It's a spot I use for cleaning flux off stuff. That's fine. Everything's earthed. The mat's earthed. The the microscope stand, which is standing on the mat, is earthed. It's all fine. The whole board had lots of corrosion on it, so now all I'm doing right now is cleaning it, and then I'll do diagnostics after that. The corrosion could have been shorting things out, so that's why I was trying to clean it all up first. So everything is earthed here. I mean, my bench here is earthed, all this, so this is earthed, it's all fine, it's all grounded. I'm not worried about static issues. Crap everywhere. Now we'll try and get all this off. I think I'll move the microscope out of the way actually. Maybe I will. Get all this crap off here. I think I might have to go and flush this. Now I've loosened it all off. I'm not really going to flush it here, so it'll make a hell of a mess. Get some IPA spray and go and do it over a container. I'll try and clean it up. So the other side of the board looks okay. You know, there's only a couple of little spots which, you know, just really marginal. Probably not even worth touching up. So this is looking at something best which corroded before. So around those caps was quite bad before, so let's zoom into those. See the ball's still covered in flux, so I need to get all that off. Come on. And around this bit here was all quite bad. It's bit hard to see because the flux residue still being on there. Yeah, I need to go and flush this board some more. So we'll give it a clean off, then I'll come back and try powering it up and see if there's any difference in it. And then we'll do some voltage checks and diagnostics on it. Keep all happy. Right, I'll come back in a second. I'm just going to go and quickly go and flush this off. And I'll be right back. Just bear with me. I'll put some hobby music, but I haven't got any. Nearly done, guys. I just need to find something. I seem to have lost something. Got it somewhere. Ah. Hope you talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, it's taking too long. I can't find my IPA spray. I've had to use some other stuff, but I'm quite sure I've done my IPA spray. That's what I want to use on it. I think it might be in my other lab. I might have to go outside and go and get it. Really watching, really. I should put something more interesting in front of the screen, shouldn't I? Alright, right. There's the ball, which is still a bit dirty. Been using some other stuff, but it's not doing a great job. I need the IPA. I'm just going to go and have a look. I'll be back in a second. I need to find this stuff. Well, I still can't bloody find it. I don't know what I've done with that. I've got a bottle of it. I might have to flush it with a bottle instead. How's it drying though? This stuff doesn't dry very well, so it's so it tends to hang about. It's not getting all the flux residue off. It's working, but it's not getting rid of all of it yet. Some corrosion over here. Looks like it might be. Just a touch. What do you reckon? Yeah, I need to do that. If I can find it. No, I've lost it again. There. this is on the other side of the board, which I thought was okay, except to notice that bit looked a little bit funny. Right. Get some flux off here. Clean this off. Give this a chance to dry out a little bit. Yes, I need to get an ultrasonic cleaner away from under this sort of work. It's just not going to do it. Let's check the chat out, see what's going on. No, there's lots of chat. Excellent. You always think of a nice laid out workshop. Yeah, to a point. Oh, I talk about Ian. Yeah, he does. He does have a nice tidy workshop. Certainly a lot better than mine. My stream so far has dropped 203 frames, which is pretty good, seeing how long it's been going so far. Wow, lots of chat, excellent. Yeah, the Microscope autofocusers. Dave Jones did a review on it about a month or so ago, which is what prompted me to buy it in the first place. I was actually looking at a trinocular with a standard camera on it, and in this situation it would have actually been better, but the auto focusing is what really swayed me to go for this one, because I thought, well, it's HDMI output, I want to go to the computer anyway, and high res auto focusing, which is really handy, and you can set the point at which it focuses and that sort of stuff, and it's got electronic controls too. So I don't know if you saw this in Dave's video or not. Get the mouse, there's actually a menu up here, so you can do things with it in the menus and set preferences up on it as well. Just put the top on this. I'll make a big mess everywhere of flux. So yeah, this board's going to take a little while to dry off. I don't know about powering it up yet. Actually, it's going to be a bit more stubborn about cleaning off than I want. Yeah, it's certainly not being as effective at cleaning as I wanted. It's working, it's just taking too bloody long. Because I want my IPA spray. Wherever the hell that's gone. Just this flux sitting around on the board still, which I want to get off, and because it's not dry I don't want to power it up either. But the corrosion side of things seems a lot better. Although this connector's not looking the worst. Those N3 pins, they're not looking great. Let's just change view so I can see this a bit better. So it still looks pretty dirty still. I really need to get an ultrasonic, don't I? Really need to. So these are what I'm worried about. There's still a bit of corrosion in there. Try and scrape that out a little bit if I can. Yeah, so it really needs a new connector, but I haven't got any yet. I've ordered some. It'll take about a month to arrive. I'm not patient, so I just want to give it a go as it is. There's still a lot of flux residue around, it's pretty bad. So let's just look at the section down here, which was quite bad before. Give it that. Yeah, still a little bit there. My impatience wants to try and power this up, but equally I know that it's still covered in cleaners. So even there's looking a bit dodgy still too. So it's not the best. Try and find where I'm on the screen, can't see. So just in there, still a little bit of corrosion in those pins between those. It's certainly a lot better than it was though. Yeah. So I'm glad I got the microscope because I wouldn't be able to do it without that. Just in there, so it's looking a bit grabby still. In between those two components there. Yeah, it's not bad, it's got a lot better. Let's have a look. The giveaway prize was a multimeter. I did a video on it a few weeks ago when I did the initial announcement. and I didn't. I showed the meter on the bench then. N3 pins with the backlight, yeah. The backlight fuse area also looks a bit bad. Yeah, I've got some IPA solution in a big bottle, so I'm probably going to have to soak it. I was only trying to reflow the flux, just to get the flux to eat the corrosion off. So I was trying to do is stop the corrosion. I wasn't trying to melt any solder. So I want to get rid of the corrosion and then do diagnostics from then, once it's actually powerable. Yes, I think that if I'm going to do this kind of work, then I'm definitely going to need to get an ultrasonic cleaner. It's been in my mind for a while, you know, but I thought, well, when I'm doing test gear, what am I going to use it for? Probably nothing. There's no real uses I'd have for it. So because of that, I sort of, well, I didn't bother. But now if I'm going to do this kind of thing, then I might, you know, also be worthwhile getting one, because it's kind of a necessary tool, really. Still happy about the dirt in here. Go on, focus. Problem is when I zoom in too much, it has trouble focusing. I've got to find where the part has gone. Oh, yes, I'm looking at it. That's looking better. Yeah. As you can see, the board is still very dirty, still got lots of flux on it. So it does need a good clean. So I may not get to diagnosing this thing today, by the looks of it, but it's not on the vice stream. I'll go away and I've got this other. So I've got this stuff, big bottle of it. Alright, so I'll just go and give it a flush up with that, soak it in that, and give it a bit of a polish up, and I'll come back. Bear with me. That picture's going to drive you nuts, isn't it? Let's change views. There you go. Okay, I'm back. Barely. Yeah. Oh, did you hear my my phone go off? My squeak toy. Probably did. I think it's sitting near the mic. Yeah, so I've got the board washed off now, and it's just standing sewed on inside the container to drain off a little bit. Then I'll try and dry it out. We'll see how that goes. Hey buddy, how's it going? Hula hula girls. Oh yeah, that's what I should do. Is get a cat in here. Bring one of my cats in and video the cat. In case it does something interesting. It's not very likely, but you never know. Yeah, so yeah. Ultrasonic cleaner. Next thing I buy, I reckon. Definitely next thing I need to buy. So yeah, I'm basically working on. There you go, let's pull this up. So this is the logic board for a MacBook Pro. Right, so basically I'm just trying to give it a clean at the moment. I've got the crap off it. So I had lots of corrosion around this chip here, and this section here, a little bit on that connector, a lot up here, some down here, a little bit around there. It's liquid damage, so someone spilt something on it and made a bit of a mess. So I was basically just trying to clean it up and see if I can restore the thing. I've purchased 5 MacBooks this week, to try and repair. That's an idea. Maybe I wonder if I can hit up one of the suppliers and do a review video. If I can get one free, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'll think about that. I'll try and get them free if I can. Always ask. There's no harm in asking. If the answer's no, you haven't lost anything. If the answer's yes, then yeah, great. I've actually got some items coming from IC Station. They're sending me some stuff. I approached them about some parts, you know, often to do reviews for them, and they're sending me a couple of things. And I've also been in contact with who was it? I've forgotten the name. Another company in Germany who Marco Rips does stuff for. I've forgotten the name now, but I've been in contact with them. They're probably going to send me some stuff at some point. Don't go friend ab on me. What do you mean by that? I know what friend's going through right now, but I'm not quite sure what the relevance is to what I'm doing. Service data. Yeah, you have to go looking. It's easy enough to find if you use the right search terms. Let's put it that way. So here is the service manual, circuit diagram, schematic stuff. Right, all the manual stuff in there. This is technically not supposed to be available to anyone, and the same for the board views, but these are also available if you know how to look. So you can get right in there, you know, get components. It tells you all the pinouts of the component, what each leg does, you know, that sort of stuff. So you can diagnose it that way. Between this and the circuit diagram, you can pin it right down. Like the diagram has got the voltage lines, you know, the power rail stuff in it. So this is the main power supply board input, for example. Let's zoom a bit. Alright, so there's the AC in coming from the MagSafe. All the power supply architecture, current sensing, that sort of stuff. This is like obviously generalised block diagram section. How things interconnect. But yeah, it's got the power rails and things in it too, and functional test points. Power rails, were they? His power rails. So when you're doing diagnostics, you know, you hear like Louis Rossmann since PP3 G3 hot, whatever it was, right? PP3 P42 and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what they're called. So it makes sense when you actually look at the diagrams and realise, oh, actually, yeah, that's what it means. So if I zoom a bit more, you see what I mean. Alright, so PP bus G3 hot. Yes, that's what it's called. Yeah, things like that. So it's all in there. So you just go through these power rails one by one, and it's got states. So when I was diagnosing the first MacBook I worked on. Okay, I'll catch that, buddy. I haven't paid anything for any of these. These were free. You can buy like the entire collection. It's like 200 and something US dollars. There's a couple of sites which sell it, and that's like the entire Apple collection. But if you only need a certain board, you can usually find it. Oh, the free stuff, right? That's what you mean. Yeah, I mean, I try and get free stuff if I can. You know, why? People want exposure, like companies want exposure for their products, and the advertising is expensive, and sending a product to me to review and potentially have even 10 people buy it. That's only like a 10% discount, effectively, on 10 items. For them, it's making money. You know, so even if only 10 people buy it, it's still good for them. So although it may think, I think one of the most expensive things I've been given was a 0 Plus logic analyzer, and that thing was worth about £4 I think. So yeah, that was a good thing. But yeah, it's do this. I'm digressing now. There's lots of places you can find the diagrams and the board views. If you know the circuit board number and you search for that, you'll usually find it. If you search for model number, like I say, this is a A1297, right? That's not really going to help you because it's more of the style of the computer, not the board. So you have to know what the board number is. The board number on this one is 820-2914, right? As you can see up the top here. Now, if you do a search for the board number, then you'll find, if you do search for a schematic or board view in the search phase, you'll find it. You just have to look. Also, I've spent a while. I think I spent about 5 or 6 hours collecting a range of diagrams that I thought I might need and board views. But you can just buy that if you want to do the outlay. If you're actually doing it for money, then you might as well buy the collection in one go and not mess around. Yeah, so it's easy. I mean, the thing is here, you got the rails. Now, as I was going to say, Lewis has covered this really well many times. I watch his videos quite a bit, and which is why this occurred to me. Why don't I do this? There's the various states of like S5, S4, S3, S2, S1, and 0, right? And those are basically power states, and you can determine what's going on. That first I keep calling it PowerBook, Macbook Pro I worked on, which was basically dead, right? I plugged the charger in, and it wouldn't power up, nothing. I was going through these power rails. I've actually got a little sheet there. I've actually done a video on it. I haven't published it yet, obviously. I've still got to edit and everything yet once I finished. But I was going through each of these power rails and checked every single one of them, just for the sake of completeness. And what I noticed was that the lower rails would pulse, like the S5, S4, S3, and so on. Rails, they would pulse. They pulse it on and off, like it's trying to start. And then when I kept going through, and I found that the S0 rail wasn't pulsing. I thought, right, S0 rail must be shorted because otherwise that'd be pulsing too. So I mean, that's shorted, so the other rails are trying to start. They can't start because it's overloaded, and it shuts off again and tries again. So I found it had a bad flex cable because the flex cable was got an S0 line, 5-volt rail going on it, which was which one was it? PP5 S0, that one there. Right, that goes to the hard drive, and it shorted. So that line was stopping it starting up. But yeah, anyway, that's a different board. Same principle. But yeah, so doing this kind of work is new to me. This is much smaller than I'm used to doing. Much smaller. So this is a bit of a learning curve for me too. I mean, obviously the principles are the same, but it's much harder to do. But if you follow the whole power rail principle, it narrows it down quite well, as I found on other MacBook which I fixed. So that led me to the right rails and stuff like that. So once this board's dried out, I hope it will dry out in time so I can actually try powering up on here and see what happens, see if it actually boots up now or not. I've just been flashing IPA now, so it should be pretty safe. I'll go and get it. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll give you that view again. Well, it's looking a lot better. Certainly a lot closer than it was before to being clean. But it's still very wet though. Let's just dry it off a little bit. Still some flux on there. Doesn't all run off. Yeah, definitely got to get myself a cleaner. Definitely. Let's chuck the scope on. So you can see there's still some flux around there on the board there. It's not all come off. But it's a lot better than it was. It's not completely covered now like it was. But yeah. Definitely an ultrasonic cleaner. Give that a bit more time to dry. It's still a bit too wet for my liking. I don't want to try and power it up too soon. The temptation to rush is always quite bad. Yeah, so parts is another thing I've got to get to. I've got to try and find suitable surface mount parts, because obviously these things are tiny. The smallest things I've got are 0603, and yeah, these are smaller than that. Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm getting outside cleaner and get the fluid that goes in it. I'm not quite sure what it is, It's like a mixture. Lewis has mentioned it before in one of his videos about the actual solution it uses. So I obviously have to look into that as well, something suitable for this, but I know he did have IPA mixed with something else. Can't remember what it was. But yeah. But you can see the board's a lot cleaner, but it's still got stuff around those chips and stuff. It's not completely gone. Branson, yeah, I've seen Branson ones. I should actually have a look and see what's available, shouldn't I? Let's just put up another window. And let's go somewhere cheap. Actually, I'll go to a couple of sites. I'll go to my preferred one first, see if they've got it. Here we go. Put it up into the top window. Let's just go to here. Here we go. Right. Now, Banggood is one of the sites I always go to first because they're right, and I've got an affiliate link with them, so you know I always try and use that site. Use IPA. Yeah. Well, yeah, the alcohol will get bloody everywhere, won't it? Okay, ultrasonic cleaner. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Should actually measure the board and see what size I actually need. $100, that's alright now. 210. Yeah. I'll take two. Mind you, I have to see how big they are. Let's measure this board. If I can find a tape measure. I'll be right back. My wife had used it the other day, so right, so look. So this board here is, I need at least say 30 centimeters inside. I suppose it doesn't have to stand on its flat, does it? It could always stand on its end. Maybe say 18. Let's have a look. Literage, you know, yeah. Let's go for the cheaper one first, have a look at that, see what size that is. Sizes. Tank size 150, yeah, it's way too small, that's not big enough. .240 by 140. Oh, it's close. Close. Oh, it's 24 and a half. It's 24 and a half. Mind you, I suppose I could set it in diagonally, couldn't I? Right, I said it was. That's 14, no, 15 kind of. Yeah. Could I make that fit? 100mm high. It doesn't quite go. Yeah, I'd sort of do half and tip it over and do the other half or something. I don't know, but possible. It's $200. It's just I'll favourite that one, I think, and just look at it later on if I remember what the thing is to favourite it. I usually do this on my phone usually. 100 watts, 100 watt ultrasonic 100 watt heater, so it's 200 watts then, isn't it? It does look a bit cheap. Nice little basket, nice. Yeah, so I'll put this back down here so I can find out what bloody favourite this thing. There you go, there it is down there. There, it's there. Okay, I did a wish list. So what other ones have we got? Let's just have a look. I'll put this back down for one, yeah. What have we got there? It's $100 as well. What size is it? $152 by 85, too small. This one looks too small as well, probably is. So it looks like a choice of one so far, and even that's only barely going to cut it. 175 by 165, so no, it's not even that. Tank size 150 by 135. So nah, too small. Yeah. Well, that's always a lot of crap in there too. What's that one? Tank size 240 by 135. Same size as the other one. Dishwashers? Really? Interesting. Vintage arcade games. Yeah, I'm not keen on a dishwasher idea. Yeah, so I mean this one's sort of too small as well. Yeah, trying to find a decent one that's the right size though, is the thing. This is a larger board, this is the 17-inch model, so the board is a bit bigger than the other models. So the 15 inch is a bit smaller. So yeah, it's like a choice of two really. Take us to put this goats through a dishwasher. Wow. It was not like a special one, is it? Using some cleaning solution instead of water, is it? You'd think so, wouldn't you? Wouldn't it be a normal dishwasher? I can understand spraying with like an IPA or something like that, or some kind of cleaning solution. Yeah. So the site which has got the diagrams is this one here. But I didn't tell you that. If you look at a lot of like Lewis's videos, or Q's Tech Service is another one, and there's a couple others. If you look at the screens, you can see that as the watermark on the images. It's not like it's a new thing really. Okay. Wow. Interesting, using a dishwasher. I mean, I can understand the concept, and it's just spraying a slightly pressurised fluid at it. I mean, yeah, I can understand why. So you get the crap off it, wouldn't it? Alright, so there's a 3 litre. 3, that's too small, isn't it? Yeah, what's the other one looked at? Because there was 2 which are basically the same. That's why the expensive one, 3.2. I'll put it on a wish list anyway. Might be better quality. Okay. AliExpress, let's see what they've got. Hold on. I'll sign in first, hold on, just in case it matters. Great for car parts. Not so great for the dishwasher, I imagine. In the 90s, you used dishwasher than a drying room. Very interesting. So I've had no exposure to any of that kind of stuff. So you know, my electronics experience is what I've figured out over time. It's just what I've taught myself, basically. Oh well, okay, that's a bit bigger. These look more like it. Just opening up a few of them. Right, so AliExpress actually has a better selection. Sometimes I do. Depends on what you're trying to get. Sometimes Banggood's better. Sometimes AliExpress is better. You have to sort of look between them and decide which is more suitable. like things like electronic parts is better on AliExpress. Yeah, he never did show the basement, did he? That's a shame. It would have been interesting because I'm sure it was a mess. So we got this one here first. Yeah, only from Germany. $400. Cannot deliver to me. That's no bloody good, is it? Look at the size of that beast. That's more like it. I'll have a look anyway. So inner size 530 by 330. I mean, that's massive. That's certainly big enough. No wonder shipping is a problem. Okay, let's look at another one. From Australia. Cannot deliver. Oh, come on. Does that mean I have to go and see Dave again and go and buy one over there? So is that? That's the 6th letter one. Yeah, okay. So can't buy it online. China. Hey, I can deliver it for $75. How big is it? So it shows the outside dimensions, which aren't big enough. No, it's too small. So the big one I can't get. Of course. Of course. That's a bit irritating. Don't have to go to a shop and buy one. I hate going to shops. Almost. I don't know why it filtered your comment out, Lawrence. That's a bit weird. Anyway. Buy a decent one, I'll be disappointed. Yeah, it's the thing, eh? I might have to buy one locally. Amazon will probably do it. Crest, yeah, for Crest. I think is that the one that Lewis uses, eh? Crest, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, I definitely want a decent one. Although, I mean, it's not going to get a huge amount of use. It's not like it's going to be industrial scale. You know, it might just be used once a week kind of thing, if that. So, yeah. Because if this whole MacBook thing works out right, then I'll do more repairs of MacBooks and try and branch out to different areas, not just doing test gear. Because test gear is being harder and harder to find. Yeah, that's what I thought Chris wanted to do sales. Let's Rossman Group. Where is it? Online store. Sonic Cleaners. Let's go have a look. I'll bet it'll sell me one. I bought the Antec flux I'm using. I bought that from Lewis. Wow, those are expensive. And solutions out of stock. Okay, 680 US. That's about 1,000 New Zealand. And it's in inches. Come on, inches. What's that, about 20 centimeters? Just over 20 centimeters by, what's that, 14? It's only barely big enough. I have to get this one. Doesn't that look a lot like the one that's on AliExpress that I was looking at before? Or is it Banggood? It looks a lot like one of those. Yes, I think I always have to check out for that. I always have to watch out for availability as far as voltages go. Don't these look familiar? Well, it's similar. I thought someone looked a bit close to this one, eh? This looks very much like the same thing. Looks very similar. Come on, open the page up. Allendale Ultrasonics. Mates rates, I doubt it. I mean, I have very little to do with Lewis. I mean, I've commented on some of his videos and replied and stuff like that, so that's about it, but we don't actually have any kind of relationship in that way. I just enjoy his content. He makes good videos. I like his personality too. He tells it as it is. I like that. Come on, load. Oh, it's ridiculous. Let's try this. See what it's like to get a local one. Tank accessories. Cleaning basket. Cleaning baskets. Oh, come on. It's nice to have ultrasonic cleaners, really. The birds called, you can hear. I've got no idea. I'm not a I'm not really a naturist like that. I don't know. I don't recall. Birds, they flap wings and fly and stuff. Come on, where is it? I must type it properly. Cleaning baskets. Seriously? You've got a solution in the baskets on no cleaners. Let's go there. Naturist, naturalist, whichever one. I don't know. Naturist. Dangerous ground. Element 14 I've been finding to be better for most things. So we're looking at similar money. 2 litres. That's a big one. This is cheaper. 137 by 240. Close. No. I'm still looking like $1,000. Defpom naked Sundays. No, that would nobody wants that. Maybe 30 years ago, when I was a bit fitter. Back when I was doing physical labour and lots of muscles and stuff. Yeah, RS is getting bad. I mean, I used to sort of think, I'll go there if I can't get it anywhere else. I'll go RS because they tend to be more expensive. It's only one page as well, so that's like $2,000 for that one. I don't want to spend that money on it. And that's $1,000, and that's too small. That's almost big enough. Price is okay. No longer stocked, that's not very helpful. So it's like 300 by 300 by 150. So it's like this one here is one I have to get, I think. But that's still $1,400. That's why I need more Patreons. Doing this stuff's expensive. Yeah. Externals 300. Where's the data? Yeah, and before you've had problems with stuff not coming when it's instead it's in stock. They said they've got hundreds in stock and local delivery and stuff like that. You know, it's like 2 or 3 days delivery time kind of thing. And then it takes 2 weeks because it's not in stock or it's back ordered or something. It's like, why? Internal tank dimensions. So this is a nice handy chart. This one here you want a 6 litre one. Minimum is that one. It's saying that the ball's not quite in there. Hey? It's just not quite 4 litre. Anyway, so 8061 is the one I need, and that's a 9.1. Hold on. Let's try that. That's $1,000. So it's slightly cheaper. 2 in stock globally. One available for next business day. Oh, excellent. So there is one in New Zealand. Yay. $1,000. I haven't got $1,000 right now. If I have like another 1,000 Patreons, that'd be great. $1 each. We can chip in. Patreon's website support has been really flaky. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with it. Not with the actual system itself. I've had no problems with Patreon. I know that Fran has been having issues with it. I actually tried to help her out a little bit. I don't know if it's having an effect or not. Where I publicised her video to Jack Conte, who's the CEO of Patreon. I emailed it to him and tweeted it to him on his Twitter account. So hopefully he sees it and sees that, hey, someone's got an issue and maybe it'll fix. But I don't know. My experience has been that if you've got a problem and the customer support won't fix it or can't fix it, go to the boss. It helps. Always give customer support a shot first. Always let them give it a go, and be reasonable about it. But if that fails because they're incompetent, for example, then just go straight to the boss and say, look, this is the issue I've got. I've tried this. They're incompetent. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And it's amazing what gets fixed really quickly. Well, now they've blocked her account, I just I don't know if Fran's account's actually been blocked or whether it's actually a case of there's some kind of system fault problem which means she just can't get in. I don't see why they'd block her. Maybe there's a sudden influx of Patreons helping her out has flagged as a concern or something. It's possible. Could be some kind of anti-scammer coding that's in the background which has flagged it. It's possible. I know that some websites that I've built, I heavily automate things. So I have lots of automated checks for scammers and fake accounts and that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's blocked for her anyway. That's right, she can't get in. But that's why I try to give a heads up to Jack Conte to give him a chance to actually sort it out. I don't know Jack at all. I've just seen him. I've seen videos with him featured in, so I knew who he was, and so I thought, well, I'll see if I can help a little bit and raise some awareness to the boss. Okay, Chris, catch you later, mate. Thanks for dropping in. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, this is like the one to go for. This thing here, I might have to bookmark there. Yeah, let's drop it down here. Let's bookmark this thing. And I'll shove it in my favourites menu. Okay. And let's reorganise that so I can see it, otherwise it'll disappear and never see it ever again. So many bookmarks in here, it's ridiculous. Just give me a second. Hopefully this laptop board's dried off enough now and I'll be able to have a play around with it. Try powering it up. Okay, let's get all that stuff, that's all done. Oh, my stream's playing up a little bit. Might have to drop my settings back slightly. Your boards are 42 by 30. Wow, that's pretty big. Stream settings. Let's see. Yes, just drop this back very slightly. This is because I was browsing the website. I won't change that setting yet. I'll wait. See, I was sort of dropping some frames and playing up a little bit. Well, it could be that the Patreon site is detecting unusual behaviour. Why's my stream? Yeah, my stream did drop off. Yeah, this is playing up. I need to change my settings. Hold on. Click on the right thing. Let's just scale this back slightly. My internet connection is not the best. You've probably seen me mention that more than once here. So yeah, Patreon, they may have multiple systems in place. One is to stop you from withdrawing money, so that way they don't pay you, which is fine. But maybe if there's a sudden inrush, which is unusual behaviour, then I might think there's something dodgy going on there too, which is entirely possible. It's the sort of thing I would write if I was writing code to do that. You get like a typical norm for what would be a normal take-up rate of new accounts or support. You know, if it's something suddenly changed, then I'd probably flag it as something suspicious if I was writing it. So it wouldn't surprise me if something like that. Okay, so I'll play with this board again, and you want desktop screen? Do that. So let's minimise this back a bit. I reckon it's probably dried off enough by now. Let's have a look. Still some flux residue around things, but that's probably not going to matter too much. It's purely a case of having it clean. See, it looks a lot better. So I might just do a little inspection on that and see how we go. So we can see anything obvious still or not. Let's wake my camera up. Wake everything up. Right. So I was recording with the other camera as well now. Right, so a good bit of clean up. It's not great. It's still got some flux around here. I need to get off on a cleaner. That'll be next in my purchase list, I think. And if I get the light on it right, you can probably see the flux residue around some of those devices still. It's not washed off yet, but it's not bad. So let's just look for the corroded areas. So this is one of them here. So I want to see how bad this is now. So it's certainly looking a lot better. Hopefully I've not any parts off. I'll be trying to clean it. So there's no obvious signs of shorting pins or anything now. Before there's corrosion across the pins, so it would have been shorting it out. This is another one which is particularly bad. That's looking alright. You can see a little bit on the side of that chip still. I think it's probably okay though. And another bad area was over here. Where was it? Over here. Focus. So there's another bad area right here. So I haven't actually tried to do any repairs so far, just a matter of cleaning it. So those pins there are looking a bit dodgy actually. Get us into focus. Yeah, probably right. Probably right. It's mostly seemed to be very slight surface corrosion. It didn't seem to be too severe. It was just a mess. So, right, let's plug a fan into it, because we're going to need that. And we'll put some power onto it and see if we've made any progress or not. Might shove a screw in it and hold it down. Where's my driver gone? Can't see it. Where have I put the screwdriver? Oh no, it is. It's over here. Okay. See, proof, I do use the things I buy. I use mailbag. This is one of them. I don't often see me using things I buy. But I buy them because I'm going to need them. Now, if I do get this thing booting up and working, then I'll, before I actually reassemble the unit and get it running properly, I will actually take those heat sinks off, those heat pipes that are on the back, all that, and replace all the heatsink compound and stuff like that. Refresh all that, because obviously I've been flushing out, so it's probably not great. Alright, so this thing here is the DC in connector. Let's get this on here. Alright, I've already had a look at this, it looks kind of okay. I couldn't really see any corrosion on this, this looks alright. So I don't think this was affected at all. Looks like it missed it. Plug this in. So what we need to just check for is basically lights on the charger and for the fan starting to spin. Good old Lewis fan spin. Right, charger cable. Get the front, be good. We have fan spin. Wow, that might already be fixed then. Wasn't doing that before. Excellent. Last time we fixed the MacBook, the magic smoke came out. Yeah. Well, this is the first time I've tried to do board level repair stuff. So this is a bit of an experience for me too. Seeing how we go. Right, so I need to put this into a body of a computer and actually see what happens. Actually, mind you, the body needs some repairs too. Not major ones though. So it's doable. Let's just move things around a little bit. Well, that'll probably be right anyway. So here's the body of the machine. Now I've already tested the battery. I've actually found that you can charge a 17-inch battery in a 15-inch. The connectors are the same. You can just plug it in and it'll work. So I've got a 15-inch which I've already repaired, and I've been using that to charge up the batteries in the other units which don't work. So this battery is fully charged. So there's a bit of dust and crap in here as you expect, you know. I haven't cleaned this body out yet. Now let's look at these connectors. I'm not going to be plugging these ones in yet. Look alright. I think one of them was corroded. This one here was had a little bit of corrosion, but it wasn't too bad. This one here's got corrosion on it. And the LVDS also has an issue, so we'll see how we go with that. It's got a little bit of darkness on one of the pins, so I'm just going to get that polish up too. We'll get it on a microscope and show that. Let's change views. I'll show you what I'm doing on the scope. Or should I leave it recording? Oh, no, I'll leave it like that. I'll leave it like that. I want to capture it when I'm recording video as well. There we go, back to that. Yeah, so I've already had a quick look over it already, but it's not been too bad. There's only been a couple of little issues on it, so this is one of them. A little bit of corrosion on here. It's only very slight. Let's just get this in recording. Right, so I'm going to clean these connectors up because a couple of these connectors had some problems. So it's just a very slight little bit of surface corrosion on here. Just a little bit, so I'm just going to give that a polish up with this fiberglass brush. Just remove that, just to make sure it's all good. These other ones all seemed okay. I haven't looked at these ones yet. Looks okay. That's got a little bit on there. Got to be careful not to flex these too much, otherwise they'll break. Yeah, that's all good. Now the one I did notice mostly was this LVDS. I've ordered some more. Get the thing in a shot. Well, you can see it's got some dark sections on there. A couple of pins. It's a little bit dark. It's not too bad. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a clean with this. And get the thing to focus on it. It'd be great. The view's not the best for the camera. This thing here's in the way. Follow it the other way. Let's do that. So just a gentle bit of abrasion on those just to get that corrosion off. A little bit of tarnishing on there. I think it's not too bad. Right. Right. One of the other computers, which I have ordered parts for, that connector's actually got I think 2 or 3 pins missing off the end. They're actually gone. They're stuck inside the connector. So I've ordered parts for that too. Right. Let's shove this thing back together and see if it will actually power up properly or anything. It's going to be interesting. Now it's got this little flex here as well. So we'll try and feed through, and it's just for testing only. I'm not actually going to build it completely back up from this. I just want to see if it's going to work. I'll drop that back in there. I think here's some not trap all the connections underneath the board. When I got this, this ribbon cable for the CD drive, try and capture, there is like this. It's underneath the board when I got it. So someone had the board out before I received it. So not surprising, but there's another ribbon under there somewhere. Where's that gone? Come on. So many little ribbons all over the place, it's really fiddly. That's just keyboard backline, so it doesn't matter. Don't need to hook it up, just need to make sure it's not touching anything underneath. Okay. So most of it I probably don't need. Don't need that. Might need that, I don't know. I think most of these I can probably leave off. I'll just probably just plug the screen in and see how the screen comes up. I think that's going to be all I really need to do. Get that lined up. Let's get a screw so the ball doesn't flop around. Put that power jack back in again. 5 screws for that. Oh, those are crossheads, not those. Yeah, give it something to look at. Move over here. So these LVDS connectors are really rather fragile devices. Let's put the top on this before I stab myself with it. They're very fragile, so I'm trying to get the things in and out without damaging them. Interesting. Very, very small. I'll try and get so you can see what I'm doing. I think that's in. If we get the ledge down, then it's in. Yeah, that's down. Alright. Is that all I need to make the thing work? RAM. Might need speakers too, so you can hear it. I think that's speakers. I'll just plug these things in too. It's easy enough to do. Pop that in. I'll leave that one out. That's tucked behind there anyway. It's alright. Battery. I'll leave that off for now. That's just hard drive, I don't need that on. This is popped behind there, of course. Put it out. That's just for the battery lights. Actually, we'll plug the battery in because I want to see if it charge. Right, let's plug this in. See what happens. Nothing this time. Oh, come on, you saw it work before. Seriously? Nope. Something's killing it. What's killing it? It might be that. See? No green light. Oh, come on. Don't plug that again. Who's going to prove me a liar? What the hell? Hold on, let's take the RAM back out. You saw it power up, you saw it spin. Everything else is unplugged, isn't it? Yeah, that's everything off. Interesting. Now it's going. Might be bad RAM then. There you go, there's a beep for RAM. Okay. That looks promising. Right. So most likely the RAM might be damaged. Let's plug this back in again. Plug the battery back in. Do we get an orange light? It might not do because the battery is fully charged. Okay. I don't know if the screen will come on without RAM in it. May not. That's running off the battery, so that part's working. Okay. Right, well we've got some progress. Now I need to sort the RAM out. I have another machine here which has RAM. Right here, one I prepared earlier. Now I'll get the screws out of this. I'll take the RAM out of this one. Screwdriver. Of course, it could be that it's not actually the RAM, it could be the RAM sockets. There was a little bit of corrosion on some of those through holes there on the wires. Although they're tinted wires, it didn't look like it got into them really. Just trying to get the RAM out of the other machine. Okay, more RAM. Make sure these look okay as well. Machines are identical, so they should be compatible. But it has also been flood damaged, or water damaged. But it doesn't seem to have got onto the RAM. Well, let's try again. Nothing. Oh no, there we go. Alright. Yep. Okay, get it on the microscope, there you go. Fan spinning. Green light on. It's got a bong. Doing well so far. We have a screen. What comes up on the screen? That's the question. Does it have a folder icon? I do have a portable drive I can do it actually. Yeah, folder icon. Excellent. We're getting there. It boots up. Means it can't be too bad. I reckon I should put the rest of this back together. At least for finalising the testing on it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's no drive in it, so blinking folder's fine. It's exactly what I expect to happen. So it looks like I'm on the way to getting this completely fixed, which is great. So what I should do is plug in all the other gear, all the other connections on it, hook all those back in, and see if it still boots. And if it does, then it's looking good. I've got a drive I can plug in which I set up yesterday. I spent about 8 hours or so yesterday setting up a drive which has got all the various Apple software. Was it Apple Service Diagnostic software? Because it's got lots of different versions. There's loads of them for different models of computer. But I can only put 16 partitions on the drive, so it's limited to 16 partitions. So each one's got to be bootable for each type. So let's get all this thing set up. So I've got a cable that's underneath. There's one underneath. I thought there was one underneath it. Or did I get that out? That one there is underneath. So let's lift it up and get that cable back out. Need my other tweezers, which are somewhere. There they are. Alright, just get this other cable out, which was that one. Lift this off first. Don't like to bend the flexes too much, it's not good for them. Okay, nothing else underneath. That's out, that's out, that's out, that's out, that's out. Cool. Let's screw this bolt back in. Now with the RAM, I don't know if it needs 2 at a time or we can just put 1 in. I'm not sure. I think you might be able to do 1. If that's the case, then I will do testing on it to see if I can get the thing to work. Try and figure out which RAM stick it is, but the RAM that's in it is only quite small. It's not the original RAM. These are, I don't know, they're 4 gigs. They are the right original RAM, I think. There's 4 gigs ones. I thought they had smaller ones in it. Must think of one of the other machines. Oh yes, 15-inch. It only has 2 gig in it, but from the factory it came with 4. So someone swapped that out. So I'm going to plug everything in so we can test everything out. I don't need a hard drive one, that can stay out for now. Well actually no, we'll plug it in to protect it. Don't damage it. So I'm hoping that just giving that, removing all the corrosion has fixed all the problems on it. I mean, it seems to boot up now. No, I wasn't getting anything like that before. Come on, go in there. Here you go. Right. I don't like using metal tweezers and stuff. I really need to get some nice plastic ones for doing this sort of stuff. I don't like to use metal around componentry like this. Sort of asking for you to short something out, isn't it? Even if it's not powered on, you know, I still don't like it. Now, this particular connector here was quite badly corroded, so I'm hoping this one's okay. I'm not sure what it does actually. I should actually look up what the connector's for. But the Apple hardware test software will check everything anyway. Well, in theory it will check everything. This is fiddly. Come on, get in there. The speaker's in the way, I might take it out. There we go. I think that's in. There's this cable here. Yeah, the other MacBook I've got, I have to make sure I keep an eye on that, is the I'll show you in a minute actually, the other 17-inch, which I've pulled this RAM out of. It's much worse than this one was. So my hopes of getting that one going are actually not very good, but you never know, might get lucky. Okay, that's all those in. That's in. Stick another fan on. These things have poor cooling to start with, so I don't want to be making it worse by not having both fans running. And I want to stick those screws in that too. These have a design flaw on them. On the 15-inch MacBook, which I've already repaired, which I've done 3/4 of a video for, what I've basically got on there is I've put some thermal pads on it. So underneath the board and on top of the board in this area here, where the CPU and GPU are, no, that's a CPU, that's a GPU. What I've done is I've put thermal pads on there, 2mm thick thermal pads on 15-inch. I don't know if it'll be different for this one. I'll do the same thing to this one too once I finish it. And that's just to take the heat away, so it uses the keyboard as a bit of a heatsink and the rear panel as a bit of a heatsink, because the design's actually quite bad, because you've got those two thermal pipes come up here, so the heat from the CPU is added to the heat from the GPU, so the GPU overheats and then they blow up. That's the design flaw. Anyway, so that's my fix for that, is to put some thermal pads on. I've done some thermal testing on it and it works really well. So yeah, promising. So that's all those. Just plug the battery in. Don't think I've missed anything. Just that keyboard, that's all there. Done, done. That's everything plugged in. Right, see if it still boots up. If it does, I'll drop a casing on it and flip it over. And we've got nothing. Something's still wrong. Which bit's wrong? Okay. Something has a problem. Let's figure out which piece it is. So let's take off the Wi-Fi. Not that. Let's take off the CD. Not that. Okay, let's take off the keyboard backlighting, although it shouldn't be on anyway, I think, so it probably doesn't matter. Could be keyboard itself. Nope, still nothing. Let's pop that out. Maybe I should have done it the other way around, actually added things in and checked it. Oh, come on. Maybe I should take the battery back out. Maybe that's why it's not. Oh, I should still get a green light. So, take the battery back out before I bloody blow something up. Just take the keyboard out. I think that's keyboard. Nope. Well, I'm running out of things to eliminate. Take that off. Whatever that bit does. That one. Okay, it's that one there, whatever that is. Okay. What does that do? Goes down to this module here. I'm not quite sure what that does. Oh, is that SD card? So a module there which has failed. Okay. Right. Let's go back the other way. That's fine. Post elimination is always fun. Come on, get in there, stay in there. I'll probably find something else that doesn't work in a second. That's everything else plugged back in apart from that one thing. Right. Let's try again. Yep, that's powering up. Excellent. Let's put a case on this so I can flip it over. Cool, it's trying to boot. Trying to boot, but there's no screen yet. It was there. Oh, I'm missing something else. Maybe there's another problem. There might be something else wrong with it. This laptop is a 2011. Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. There's some other problem going on too. Right, something else. I just hear something moving inside the casing then. I think I did. I think I heard something rattle. Put that back out. Might be some bits of rubbish in there, you never know. Right. So, what can I live without? Let's live without. That wasn't plugged in very well. Don't need the keyboard drive. Let's take that out. Let's try again. I think when I put that cover on, it pushed the battery in. I didn't want to actually have running battery. Not yet. See, this fan's being sluggish. See that? Seemed okay that time. Have a screen again. Okay, let's put the bottom cover back on. It's being a bit strange. Only because I want to set the thing up the right way. Okay. See that in shot? You can't really, can you? Let's move things around a little bit. Right, so it's got to the icon. So let's get a boot drive going. And we'll reboot it. and we'll run a hardware test and see if it actually works. See if the drives, if the USB will work or anything. It may find it automatically by itself. I might have to reboot it. Well, it's booting off something. Yeah, it's the wrong one. That's fine. Probably tried to boot off the wrong partition. Okay, do we have trackpad or mouse? Yes, we have trackpad. It's not working very well, but it's working. Seems very slow. Also, got some kind of sensor issue, I think. You want that one there. Well, that seems to sped up now. We'll see. We'll see if it boot up fully, then we'll do some tests. Whilst we're waiting, I'll show you this other one. So this is the other one I've got, which is much worse condition, and it's got lots of corrosion, same kind of spaces. I don't know if it's going to focus. There you go. Right, so this one's actually far worse. So I thought I'd try doing the easy one first. This will be another little project. Come on, boot, boot. You can do it. I think it's going slow. It's probably got some sensor issues, which is what this software is supposed to find anyway. There's two versions of booting. This is there's an OS boot, which is also what I'm doing now. There's also an EFI boot, which goes into the back end firmware and boots up without an operating system. So yeah, it's a bit different. I haven't tried the EFI one yet. I've only this is the yeah, it's only the second time I've used the software myself. I only used it yesterday on the other one which I already repaired. So this seems a bit slow, so we'll see how we go with it. Yeah. So progress at least. Yes, there we go. There we go. Right. I'll sit down again. But yeah, you can see how bad the other one was. You know, it's far worse, and the closer you look, the worse it is. Again, I'm hoping that it's just surface corrosion, and clean that off will get it working like this one seems to have done. I believe this has still got faults. Just from it seems a bit slow, which means it's probably got some kind of problem, maybe current sensing or something. I don't know. I don't have the battery plugged in though. That probably doesn't help. Yeah. Come on, boot up. I'm pretty sure I chose the correct version. Last time I did that, when I did the other one, I had the wrong version selected. I better double check that. Where did I put them? Was I doing this yesterday? I'll show you my list. Screen. Here we go. So this is I compiled this yesterday based on information I could find about which Apple service diagnostics disk version and laptop model and stuff like that. Right. So these are the ones I'm interested in, and these are as late as I could find information on so far. It's 2013. Right. Late 13 is as far as I went. Haven't gone any newer than that. Yeah, it's taken ages. Now, 17-inch 2011, 144. Yeah, I chose the right one. So I'll make this a bit bigger so you can see it easier, right? It's probably a bit of a struggle. Okay, so I've only gone back to 2008-ish, right? That 3S123 is late as I want to go. I don't want to go on a computer older than that. So I've only really worried about stuff which I would be working on, or potentially working on. Alright, so this is the model laptop, screen size, its official name for year, you know, they've got, you know, the year as part of the name for the product. Of course, like A1286 is used as a generic type. Okay, so you've got different years of the same model number, so it's not, you can't use it on that. And so these are the circuit board numbers are the ones I've got here. I've noted those down already. So every time I get a laptop which has a fault which I work on, I'll make a note of a circuit board number and put it in here. You can find it anyways. I mean, I can probably cross-check it against something else, but I only worry about filling them in when I actually go to work on one. And from this it tells you which version of the ASD software you need to use, and that really isn't booting up in a hurry. It's still trying. So I have to see how that goes. I think it's got a problem with the sensor. But yeah, so that's what I spent about, I don't know, an hour or so compiling yesterday, just doing this list so I can see what models use which software, and I'm working on that. So I've basically these X down here, this means I've put those partitions on that drive I'm using now. Right, so those are partitions that are on that drive, and I can only put 16 partitions on. It's a 1 terabyte drive, and I've given each partition 40 gigabytes, which is way more than it needs. This is in case I need to like drag files off from a working hard drive or something like that. Thanks Dave for tuning in. Catch you later. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I've got another 1 terabyte drive which I'll do the same thing on, and I'll put all these other ones on it. Now these ones which are greyed out means there's actually two versions of the software which support it. There's an earlier version which is here, which in this case is 3S150, but apparently 3S155 also supports it. When they released a later model, they obviously modified the diagnostic software and just added a bit on to allow for the new model rather than completely rewriting it. So in those cases I don't actually need to use that version at 3S150, I can just use the newer one which is 3S155. And I've got another up here, the same deal, this one here, for the 2008, 2009 models. There's a duplication there too, so same deal. So yeah, I thought it'd be a nice little easy way of trying to keep track. I was trying to sort of figure out how to keep track of which models use which version software. I mean, there is a textual list, you know, there's like a list you have to read through. It's broken down by year. Now basically this is where this came from, is I got that list and I just recompiled it into this format so I can actually look up really quickly, you know, if I know which model I want, what year, I go by the year first and then I find which model I want, and then, you know, it's a bit easier that way. So yeah, but it's still booting, that's concerning. I'm pretty sure I've got the right version. Let's go back to here. But it looks like the graphics is okay at least. That's the other concern with these particular 2011 models, as I was saying, with the heat thermal pads I was putting in there to try and minimise the heat build up on those parts, because the thermal properties aren't good enough, the cooling's not good enough on them. So that it blows the GPU up, and it's a known fault. Apple had a recall for them and they did some work, but they blame the GPUs as being faulty. Well, from what I can see from the design, it's not the GPU that's the problem. It's the fact they've got the thermal pipes going from the CPU past the GPU. So don't forget that the thermal properties are based upon ambient temperature, right? So if in any kind of thermal thing, like any heat sinks and stuff like that, it's based on degrees from ambient. So it might be, you know, a wattage, a heatsink handle a certain amount of wattage, and it will increase the temperature by that much based on ambient, right? Now, if you think about the fact you've got the CPU heat pipes running past the GPU, which I'll show in the top screen here. I'll point out. So this view here, there's a CPU, there's a GPU, right? So the heat from the CPU has got to go past the GPU, so therefore the ambient temperature of the GPU is whatever the CPU is generating, right? So it's adding that heat from the GPU onto the CPU temperature, which means the GPU fails because it's getting too hot. And I know the GPU was blamed, but I think it's poor thermal design. And so that one I've already fixed. I put thermal pads above both the CPU and the GPU on top of the heat pipes, so those touch against the bottom casing, and so the bottom casing becomes a heatsink. And the same on the other side of the board, in this area here. Try and get it right in this area here and this area here, as I pointed out on the actual board there, to put heat through the keyboard. Is that right? Keyboard that side. No, sorry, on the back here was the bottom casing, and the heat pipe was the keyboard side. And I'd rather have a warm keyboard than a blown GPU. And it does work. The top and bottom, we've got hot spots on. I'll use my thermal camera, and you can see where the heat's coming out. I think, well, that's heat which is getting away from that GPU, which is great. So I think that's what the fix needs to be, is putting thermal pads in. And it's still trying to boot. This is concerning. There may be a sensor problem which is causing it to not boot, or I've got the wrong version, or I could have tried booting off a system, couldn't I? I do have a system flash drive. I could drop it in there instead. See if we'll boot from that. It's more normal. Would have booted by now on a system flash drive, but I want to do the testing. Yeah, I don't think it's going to make it somehow. It's stuck. Right, let's try something else. I'm pretty sure it was early 2011. Maybe it's late 2011. Maybe I'll plug the battery in as well. Maybe it's not liking that too, but it should be okay without the battery. I'll get a system software disk and boot it from that instead. Let's see if it'll boot from that. I just want to get the thing to actually run. Once I get it run, I'll be happy. Just got to find the bloody thing. It's in here. I know this one will boot out. There you go, OS installer. It booted fast this time. Things trying to sort itself out at the same time. Well, at least it got to that point faster. Let's just check the battery indicator. Yep, battery indicator works. Alright. I had that last time actually. What's the story with that? I think it didn't like something. Or did it do that then it came back? Just give it a second. I've had that before too, but it's had a boot issue. I might try an earlier version of the booter actually. Here are they? 10.2 might be better. I've also got 10.9. Yes, I do. There we go, started booting again. Right. Don't know if it's restarting or if it's actually got an issue. Let's give it a chance to go. Nah, it's not going to go. Okay. So at least the keyboard works because that button's working. Let's try 10.10 first. See if we can manage that one. I'll give this one a go. But maybe because there's a fault on the board when it's confusing it when it's trying to boot up. Entirely possible. Right. Original hard drive. This one didn't come with a hard drive. There was no drive in it. One of them did come with a drive. Well, a couple of them did come with drives, but they were probably okay. I haven't actually tried them out yet. I've got one sitting on the desk actually. So there's one of them. But this drive that was in it isn't the original drive. That was out of the 15-inch, and that originally came with a, I think it was a 250 gig or something. Yeah, specified as a 250 gig, or maybe 500 gig or something like that. It might have been. But this is a 160, and this isn't the original drive for that computer machine. So someone's put this in when they flicked it off to obviously sell it, you know, to fill the hole up. So I don't know if it's got a system on it. I think I did try and boot from this and it wouldn't work. So I think it's probably got a corrupted system on it, or who knows. I'll play around with them. I'll probably just format things. I don't think there's anything interesting on there. People are usually quite good at destroying data on drives or removing the drives before they sell them. Although 3 of the machines I've got did come with drives, so that's a bit interesting. One of them looks to be original. It's got a 750 gig in there, I think it was. So yeah. Come on, this is definitely slow booting, isn't it? Mind you, it will be slow on a flash drive anyway. Let's spin this around a bit more. I want to demonstrate it running. That's what I want to try and achieve before I cut the stream off. I want to prove it works. It's my camera shutting off. Come on. Well, you can see it's mostly working. It may have some power supply problems. I might have to go through the supplies as well if it doesn't get there. It's likely to be some kind of problem with an open circuit somewhere. I'll be surprised if there isn't a problem with it. We'll see if we can actually manage to boot up or not. If I can get to a system, you know, a system installer, then it can't be too bad. But it is going slow, so I think it does have an issue there somewhere, which will take time to dig through. I don't do that today in the live stream. I've already been going for 3.5 hours. Yeah, right. The description of this video, because now I've actually got some outcomes, so I can put them in there. Right, getting there. I think that bar's still moving. Have to give us some more time. Yeah. Probably have to do some voltage measurements on the board just to diagnose them more. It's probably a voltage or a signal which is missing. But I need to get the Apple hardware was it Apple Service Diagnostic tool running. If I get it to boot on that, then I can actually, that'll tell me what's wrong. So it'll make it a bit easier to try and diagnose it when I'm trying to figure out where on the board the problem is. Oh, apparently Dave Jones has uploaded a new video, a new vblog. I'll have to go and look at that after. Okay. Yeah. I think it might have stopped. I don't think we're going to see it today. I don't think we're going to see it. See if you're going extremely slowly or it's stopped. Yeah, I think it's got a problem still. Well, it's slow and it's slow. I mean, the 2015 machine I did yesterday, sorry, the 15-inch machine I did yesterday, it's basically, it's a very similar model to this one. It's very similar. And that was booted up in less than 5 minutes. I think it was only, yeah, it's probably about 3 or 4 minutes on the flash drive. Was it? No, 3 or 4 minutes on the hard drive. Flash drive was probably about 5 minutes. It was faster than this, so I think this has still got a problem. I'm pretty sure it stopped. Let's find out. That is 23. Yeah, 20 centimeters, 3 millimeters. Right, 20 centimeters with 3 millimeters. Let's see if it moves anymore. Yeah. Yeah. If it's moving, I'll just leave it and just let it sort itself out, but I'm not sure it's moving anymore. But yeah, it's good. At least I've got this far. You know, I was expecting to have to do some kind of soldering on it at least. You know, before I even got to this point. Just cleaning off the corrosion's done a majority of the correction. You know, because it's shorting things out. You know, shorting out supply rails and stuff like that. So it wouldn't even turn on before. I wouldn't get a green light. Would I? No, I did get a green light. I was getting a green light on the charger, but there was no fan spin. The motherboard was completely dead. Even with nothing plugged in, it just wouldn't go. So yeah, so cleaning the corrosion off has definitely helped it. But looks like I'm going to have to repair something. I've ordered some parts. I don't know if they're the right parts though. They're 0402 resistors is what I found so far. Should look and see what some of these parts actually are. So let's click on that. Yeah. Let's try and find out. R1031. Let's try and find out what this part actually is. I'm not sure what sizes these are. It's an 0402. Okay, so I might have got the right parts. Because some of these things are tiny. Absolutely tiny parts. It's incredible. So look at the one I actually just looked at, which is in that cluster there. Oh yeah. Yep. Unless I clicked on the capacitor. Oh, I think I did. I'll show it, I'm looking at it on the top screen, shall I? Top screen. Right, so I clicked on this part just here. Right, so yeah, that's no 402. Cool. Right, so I've ordered the right size resistors, but I don't have any capacitors. I've only got 0603 capacitors and 0805. So I think I've got some 1206s. I definitely don't have any 0402 caps. I need to get some of those as well. So it's obviously I'm going to have to replace those parts on these boards when they've got water damage, because you know sometimes they're corroded and you have to replace them. So that's something I need to do. Let's go measure that bar again, see if it's moved. I don't think it has. No, it has moved. It's about 1.5 millimeters it's moved. So it's still going. Hasn't actually stopped. It's ridiculous, I have to measure it with a tape measure. But I think at that rate it's going to take another hour to put it up. I might just leave it going. Yeah, there's probably an open circuit on the board somewhere. Right, okay, well while we're waiting for that, let's do something else. What should we do? I just want to quickly look at something. Did I show you this? I did show that. I don't know if I showed this or not. This flux counter. I don't remember showing that in the last live stream or not. But this is a future project. Channel 2 doesn't work. So that's one of the projects I've got that get on a go. I've still got to finish the Agilent power supply. I'm waiting for a part to turn up for that. It's working. As it is now, I can actually just leave it and it'll be sufficient. It will actually work. It does the job. It actually powers up properly and works. I've done a calibration. I fixed that display weirdness where it's rounding funny on display. I just did a calibration and sorted that out as I thought it would. But I want to get that to LM2925, was it? Yeah, it's the part number. I want to get that and then put that in and see if that works as well, because that's more like the original part. I'd rather try and keep it original if I can, rather than having a bodge in there. So that's the plan for that. And got some other projects around. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a few laptop ones for the time being, at least. It's a bit of a different audience too, I think, as well. Some different people might be interested, but it's still electronics based, so it should interest my existing audience as well, hopefully. Hopefully you guys can let me know too what you think about MacBook versus test gear repairs. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, computer's changed. What's going on? The screen's now blank. It's either good or it's bad. It might be in between stages where it changes graphics settings. It's just going so slow, it's taking a long time. Come on, computer, you can do it. So, what other projects were going? Well, it's going to be mostly Macbook stuff at the moment. I've got a couple of things. I do have a couple of things coming. What did I have coming? I need to go and look now. eBay. What did I buy? Oh, I don't bloody remember what I bought half the time. I don't even notice. I think I wouldn't notice if something didn't turn up. I didn't check eBay. Oh yes, I've got some RF power meters coming. I purchased a couple of those. A couple of different ones. One's got probes, one doesn't. Or sensors. Interesting. It says departed Auckland 4 days ago. Where is it then? I should have received it by now. Oh, mind you, that's Thursday, wasn't it? That might be right. Our postal system is one of the things I have problems with, things going missing. And this says international departure 5 days ago. Yes, 5 days ago. Now, yeah, I think there's nothing to worry about yet. But so, say I've got a Boonton 4200 RF microwatt meter with a power sensor. I don't know what the sensor actually is. I don't know. I couldn't read it in the listing. It didn't state in the listing which one it was, or even if it works. So that's coming. And I've also got a Boonton 4220-S/3 RF power meter. which doesn't have any sensors. And the sensor is actually the expensive bit. So those were quite cheap. Those was $81 New Zealand to buy those meters without the sensors on. And the other one was about 300 or something like, just under $300 plus postage, of course, which is almost as much usually. So that's what we're coming at the moment. I've also got some bumpers coming for my power supply, the engine power supply. Rubber bumpers. They should have been here by now. Tracking says, tracking provided. As in it's not been picked up yet. That was a month ago. I had to go and chase that up. That was ridiculous. Yeah. Well, it hasn't changed again. It's still sitting there. Has it crashed? Maybe. The Macs are repair. So the idea is obviously not to keep them all. Anything I fix, like for test gear at least, I buy stuff which I'm interested in, stuff I may want to keep myself, or to upgrade something I've already got. If I've already got, like examples, I've got the Marconi 2305 modulation analyzer down there. Modulation meter, is it? It's not a modulation analyzer. It's a, what the hell is it called? It does modulation, but it's not an analyzer. It tells you modulation percentages and stuff like that. I did a repair on this. One of the very first videos I did was this unit here, and I'm actually going to sell that because I've now got a HP modulation analyzer thing. Or RF analyzer, I can't remember what's called now anyway. But I did a video on that too long ago as well. So that's actually better than this, so I'm going to sell this Marconi and keep the HP one. Alright, so that's what I tend to do as the test gears. I'll get something which is either better than what I've got, or something which interests me, which I don't have yet, or something I can probably sell on if I think it's got a market for it. So it makes the test gear side of things harder to do as well. Also, it's getting more expensive. It's like $1,000 a time now. It's getting up to those sorts of numbers sometimes. So with the Macs, I do want some new Macs. I do want some new laptops. I probably only need two. Two would probably be enough, maybe three. So I'll keep the best ones and sell on the other ones if I can get them working, as long as I'm sure they're okay and not going to have a fault or something further down the road. I want to be sure they're going to be alright. Obviously, you know, I don't want to sell something and have it come back or have a problem with it for the next person. You know, that's not what I want. 8901B, that's the one. Modulation analyzer. That's right. Hey, at least someone can remember it. I don't bloody remember these things. Sometimes I do. That one's not stuck in my head. I've got a bit of a headache right now, which isn't helping either. So, yeah, HP 8901B, that's right. So that's better than this Marconi. It does the same job, basically. But it's got some extra features on that the Marconi doesn't have, because my one doesn't have the distortion analyzer option in it that's not installed. So the HP has that. Well, this Mac seems to be stuck. At least when I had the bloody bar on the front, I can see if it's still working. I don't think that's going to start somehow. At least some of the fans are going. Yeah. I think it's stuck. I might have to pull the thing apart and do some voltage checks on it to try and find out what's going on. Something is wrong. Definitely won't be taking that time if it is okay. Even if a rubbishy flash drive. Mine just USB 3 flash drive, but the computer doesn't have USB 3, it's only USB 2. Alright, well, I think I'm going to wrap the stream up because this computer's not going to boot up, which is a shame. I was hoping to show that. But you can see at least now it powers up and tries to go. And I'll do a video on this and cover it more as well. Boonton's are better than mine. Well, I don't know. Boonton's quite old, so they're older gear. I've got a Boonton modulation meter on my bench there, which is a 8210 which I repaired when I got that. So I did a video on that, I think. The front end was blown. I managed to repair it. It wasn't too bad, but that works okay as a modulation. It's alright. It's not wonderful, but it's alright. But because this bench here is kind of a mixture of electronics testing, logic analyzer stuff, voltage measurement stuff, you know, it's quite a varied bench. What you know, you see what videos I do. I have to have gear here which can do those various measurements. So I've got a bit of a mishmash of what's actually on here. But my second lab, which I've still got set up yet, that's going to be dedicated more to RF and maybe mailbag videos because I can set up better. So yeah, that's okay, but I don't know what this RF level meter is going to be like. I don't know how they're going to be. I mean, all my RF stuff's been based on using a bird watt meter, right, for transmitter tests, or you know, spectrum analyzer or scope or whatever to doing measurements. So that's what I've been using. So it's a little bit different. I'm not even sure I've really got a use for them, but I thought I'll have a look because I'm trying to find test gear to do videos on. Yeah, this bloody computer's not on the boot, is it? Hope the fans are still going, but double check that. Just in case it's got stuck and I turn the fans off or something. Can't hear anything. Yeah, the fans are still going. Let's just check for heat. CPU is very hot. GPU is boiling. Okay, I'm going to shut this down. I think it's stuck. Yeah, I don't know if it's doing any more damage to it in the process. But that GPU was really hot in the back there, so yeah, not the best. The fans aren't running at full speed, so it may not be ramping them up when it needs to. So yeah. Right, I'm going to wrap the stream up. I'm going for a drink. And I'll catch you all later. Thanks for dropping in and having a look, and I hope you found it interesting. And you'll see more videos like this. As far as like MacBook repairs, I'm going to be giving it a go and see how it works out. If I have a really bad success rate, then I may not go that way. But so you know, we'll see how we go with that. But it's I thought I'd give it a try. You know, it's just really small, really small. That's what makes it hard. You've been gifted an RF General Electric audio noise distortion meter. 1932. Wow. See, with tube gear, I wouldn't have a bloody clue where to start. That's not. I've had a little bit of a play with tube stuff many years ago. It's like, wow, I just, you accidentally touch the wrong thing and you're dead, sort of thing. So, not for me. Mind you, I'll get the same thing with power supplies, so not that bad. But anyway. Okay, thanks everyone for tuning in, having a look, and I won't be doing another live stream next week. I don't think. Oh, actually, I might be. I might do a live stream next week as well, same time. I think I'm home then. Yeah, I might be able to do another live stream next week. But after that, I probably can't for a little while because I've got other commitments. So we'll see how we go. But hopefully by then got the other parts turned up for the agent, so I can finish the agent and power supply, which is still in bits under my floor, stuffed in the corner. I want to get that finished and put away, and hopefully I can finish this laptop here and get this one working properly too. But we'll see what we've got. I don't know what I'll be doing next week. I'll play it by ear, see what happens, see what's turned up. Right, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.